Welcome to Stuff Mom Never Told You, a production of iHeartRadio. And y'all, okay, so I've already kind of hinted, if you've listened to any of the previous episodes, that I am alone because our dearest Anney is out on jury duty. Again, civic duty. I get it. Boo, boo. All right, whatever. But all of that to say, I have requested and am so excited to be joined by our super producer, Christina.
Hello.
Yes. Thank you for matching my vibe. Yes, and we are doing a special happy hour because, we have to pause the Sex and the City viewing because Anney can't miss anything because we got that whole grading and scoring and such that we have to keep on track. So until then, I thought we would do a special edition of Battle of the Twilight Knowledge between myself and Christina, who is the ultimate fan. And y'all, I wish you could see the background. I might need you to take a picture because she is literally in Forks. And by the way, and of course, Edward has made his
Edward doll here.
Why does his
Edward
hair
Barbie
look?
Doll.
It looks like he's the toupee. I guess it's because the hairline is too perfect.
Yeah.
Man, she's just twisting his head. He is dead.
Yeah, he could do this, I think.
He could probably, no, because remember that's how they tear each other's head off.
True.
Oh, we failed. You killed him.
Yeah.
You killed him, Christina, before we even started.
Oh.
Anyway, because we are in a happy hour, of course, we are not currently sponsored by any of the things that we're talking about, even the rumored remake or redo of Twilight. I don't think that's actually been confirmed, but people keep teasing this to me.
Yeah, I do feel teased. Yeah.
Right? It feels mean. But nothing is currently sponsored. Things could change when you know this. But right now, we are not sponsoring whomever would make Twilight. Because I don't think the film company exists anymore, do they?
Probably not.
Were they
know.
Was it Searchlight? Who was it? Focus.
I think it changed like after the first. They should bring back the first movie. First movie people. Yeah, in the blue color and everything.
Yes.
That's what they should do.
So quickly with all of the bad lines like, hold on, Spider Monkey. Which I may have quoted while we were driving through Portland and Seattle because of the trees and the forest. And I'm like, oh, I see Edward Cullen in the distance of the trees hopping about.
I wanted to ask you about that because you were just there. You were in Twilight Nation.
We were in Twilight. We never went to Forks. I'm not really sure where Forks would be. But yes, we were in that area, the trees and the foliage. And I was like, oh, okay. As well as the fact that by happenstance, we were upgraded from our little rental car to an Audi, which was the car of the Cullen.
Whoa.
Yes. So I was like, yeah, that's right. I'm repping hard, coincidentally.
Yes.
I thought you would appreciate that.
I love that.
My partner did not appreciate it as much, so I needed you there.
Maybe he's Team Jacob.
I think he might be. We're going to find out. He might be Team Renesmee, to be honest. Let's be real clear. All right. But because, yes, I think it would be fun for us to do a whole happy hour dedicated to Twilight. Spoilers, just in case you've never watched any of them, much like our dear and lovely co-host and friend Anney, who hasn't watched at least the rest of them. I think she said she had seen parts of some of them, right?
Yeah, she needs to see Breaking Dawn parts 1 and 2, right?
Oh, yes. Wait, is that where we're at?
Yeah.
Anyway, so getting back to it, I thought it would be fun because first and foremost, I don't think I've been able to quiz you on your deep knowledge of Twilight, but I need to know, what is it about Twilight that you loved or you love?
Honestly, so I read the books when they came out-ish. Not when they came out, but when I was in middle school. And I think what I loved the most was, and I really love the vampire, everything vampire. I wanted to be a vampire. I would go to sleep and be dreaming oh, I wish I could wake up and just be, I wish it was real. I wish it was real. I loved the love story at the time, as a tween. Edward was the best man I could ever imagine,
right.
Which is interesting. But the world building was good. I thought Bella was relatable.
I was going to say, was that you?
Yeah, I wanted to be her pretty bad. I did buy some of her, I think Hot Topic sold her jacket.
Of course,
One of
that
her
makes perfect
jackets.
sense.
And it was an awesome jacket. Like, I wish I still had it. I would still wear it. I wanted to dress like her. I probably wanted a truck, a horrible truck.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I liked the vampire love and
The vampire love.
yeah.
Yes. I like that you're calling it the vampire love. So you were always from jump Team Edwards. Like no matter what happened, you were
Yes.
always going to be
I don't think I was ever even mad at him in the books. Like, even though he kind of did Bella dirty,
Bella Dirty.
I still liked him.
You still loved him. You could fix
Yeah.
him. Was
Yeah.
that the thought? I can fix him.
Yes.
It's fine. Everything's fine. I got you. Now, looking back on it, because obviously you still have like what? Because maybe this is my sentimentality. This has everything to do with my own like I don't care about things. How did you keep up with everything? Because I cannot believe that you have found your Edward. I mean, you had his shirt. You had all the. Do you have all the memorabilia still, or did you give some of that away, or did your mom or parents?
It is sitting in my home
Ooh,
back in Pennsylvania.
yes.
So I have it all still. I have like a giant stack of magazines that
Oh my
if it even just featured them on the cover, which a lot of them did back then, I
Yep.
made my mom buy it for me. I think I had 2 of these Edward Barbies. I don't know why. Maybe it was a gift. I
Oh,
had
I'm
2 of them.
sure. That makes
One
sense.
for one to stay in the box, obviously, and one to play with.
So now one's worth something, at least $19.
Not yet. I'm waiting for that day. But I had a lot of memorabilia. I was like a collector, and I think that's
Right.
another part that I loved about the series is that it was like a community of people, like,
Yeah.
going to the midnight premieres, buying all this stuff. I felt very proud of it. I would go to websites that were like fan pages for. It's very Anney coded, if anything. I went to all these fan pages for like
Yes.
Edward Cullen and the Twilight series and everything.
Yes.
I'll have to send you. I had like my whole wall was covered in Robert Pattinson /
Yes.
Edward posters,
I
and
love
I
this.
recently found some photos where you
Did
could see it in the background. I'm like, wow, yeah.
Oh, when he does. Wait, so you
Yeah.
would have been around, you said you were in middle school?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like 13, 12, 13?
Yeah.
Probably. Oh God, I'm old. Because I was definitely out of college. And I read them too. Like it took me a long time. I think, not a long time. I think the first movie premiered before I even jumped in this. So like I did not have anyone imagined because I already saw Robert Pattinson as Edward. So like it was that was that era. But I was like, oh, I'll read this. Oh, I'll read this. Oh, let me get this next book. Like I ended up that person because I did really, really enjoy it. Going back and rereading it, I was like, oh, it's not as good as I thought.
Yeah. No. I think I always in my head it's always been Robert Pattinson. So the movie came out in 2008, and yeah, that was
He
around
sealed
the
it.
time. That's probably how I knew about the book, and
Okay.
I got into
So
it. and I
you
was like,
always
oh, yeah.
saw him as well too.
Yeah, like the cover of it, I'm looking at it right now. It's the Twilight book cover / movie cover, maybe.
Yeah.
It has like him and her, and yeah.
Yeah.
This is nostalgic just seeing this image. I'm sure I had a poster of it too.
Did you have all the special editions?
I did.
I had the special edition DVDs.
Yeah, I think I did too. I think I went all out and I was like, I need the best of the best. There was also a ring. So there was this ring that had a quote that Edward said, and I wore it every day for probably like 2 years.
Oh my God. Legitimately, like you bought like a replica? Or was it like a bad plastic makeup? Not bad, but
it
like
was metal. Somehow
Okay.
it was decent quality. I think it was just from Hot Topic, but like that was a big merch thing, was like the quotes that he said.
Oh my, yes. This was adult me. Remember this because I was at least I'm at least like at this point I think probably 15 years older than you. I still am, I guess. Anyway, just that reference of like age difference, and I was like, yeah, I like it. I didn't buy posters. I didn't buy like figurines or anything. The book and the DVDs were enough for me. However, when I found out she had the Edward perspective version, I immediately found it online and printed the entire thing at work. at a job I'm not at any longer.
That's amazing. No, I mean, that's
Sorry.
what a work printer is for.
I can't believe I got away with that too, because it was like 200 pages. It had to be.
I don't remember if I even read that. Like, when did that version come out? Do you remember?
So it was leaked.
Okay.
It had to be like 2010. I was
Yeah.
still like caught up in it.
Yeah. I don't know if I knew about it, and I may have even had some hard copy somehow. I don't know if so long ago.
So yeah, she released it in 2015
Okay.
as
So-
Midnight Sun.
Yes. That might have been after I was already in high school, and I was already shamed enough for loving it so much as a teenager. So it's possible that I bought it and then I just never read it because I was like moving on, unfortunately.
Oh no, I think I lied to you. It's saying it was released in 2020, but there's no, it wasn't 4 years ago. I definitely
No,
read it like
definitely not.
much, much earlier. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe it was like some fan related.
I don't know,
edition.
somehow, I don't know if she did it accidentally or what. So she released it in 2020, but it gave her like enough time to rehype it. Because of course we had long forgotten about it at this point. Because she did the role gender reversal with Edith and Bo. Did you read that version?
No, I didn't. But you've told me about it, and it
I just found out about it.
Return to it. Yeah.
I just found out about it, which I'm like, if any of listeners have read either one of these, I need your commentary because that's dedication.
Yes, it is.
And
dedication.
I know she did the host was an adult fiction book that she did.
Yes.
Which got me very confused because there's also like a Korean film and some other,
that.
like, and I think an American like horror film. I don't think it got as much attention.
Yeah, I haven't thought about that in a long time. I don't even know what the plot was, but I remember being interested because it was her, and I was like, oh, it's the same universe maybe somehow.
But it wasn't. It
No
was
way.
sea monsters, I think.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
A little bit different. Okay, so if I just have some quizzes for you. If you could change one thing about the Twilight universe, whether it's a character, whether it's a result of a character, what would be that one thing?
Okay, so I would say as memeable and memorable and kind of funny and strange the ending is with the imprinting.
Yeah.
I would probably change that.
Yeah.
It kind of, muddied up the like it was like the final nail in the coffin for anybody who was like on the fence about it and like wanted to make fun of it. And it was hard to defend such a plot back then. So maybe I would change the way that happened. Yeah, I feel like it was like an attempt to tie up loose ends and like, I don't know, I guess make Team Jacob people happy to give him some sort of love. But I would probably change the way that was done.
Yeah, that was not cute. I think my biggest thing was like, why did you have to name her? Not my biggest thing, but one of the biggest things, like, especially like book version. Why did you have to call her Renesmee? I think I was so disappointed in the name that like y'all couldn't think of it. You couldn't, y'all, nobody could workshop this. Nobody.
Yeah.
Renesmee? Come on.
Why name after her mom, who honestly wasn't around?
Right.
Esme deserved the attention.
Anything. Like, split it up. Make one a middle
Renee
name.
Esme or something.
Right. Esme Renee. Like, that actually would be, Esme Renee would have been super cute.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Stephanie Meyer, if you listen to this, I apologize. But yeah, that would have been like a big, why did you do this? Because no one could defend that name either. Everybody was like, "Rrr."
Yeah, the whole Renesmee, everything about it was probably needed a workaround or needed
There's so
a
much.
change.
There's so much that needed a workaround. And if let's say Twilight does have a reboot or remake, because like I've been seeing, and I don't know if, let's be honest, the actors who are not as big as Robert Pattinson or Kristen Stewart have been doing a tour recently. Have you seen any of the TikToks where they do at least conventions together? Have you seen these?
I think I've
TikToks?
seen a few mentions of such a thing.
Like Jackson Rathbone and the one who plays the sporty Kellen, who plays a sporty vampire. They've done some TikToks together. Ashley Green has done some with them as well. I don't know. Yeah, actually, I have seen who plays Rosalie again. Oh, I actually really love her as an actress. That is Nikki Reed. That's who it is. And who is actually famous on her own. Like she's done some things, but she hasn't quite hit that level where we see Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, Anna Kendrick, who was like a sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
So all of those things to say, they've been doing the circuit where they are traveling with and like doing some promotions as these celebrities, like literally like that's their background picture. So with that, what would be your perfect reboot cast, as well as what would you add that maybe he had been taken out of the books into the plot? Or would you? I know that's a deep question because that's a lot, probably something to think of. So I'll give you 15 seconds.
Okay, I don't know if I could see anyone but Robert Pattinson as Edward. I think he must reprise his role. And, you know, Kristen Stewart is awesome, but I feel like you'd be forcing both of them to do it. They wouldn't want to be doing it. But I don't know. I would love to see them reunite in a way. But I also love the direction that Kristen Stewart's going in all her movies, and I think she's no longer that same, type of image that she was playing back then. But Robert Pattinson could easily probably still play Edward, and he was just Batman, like how different is that?
Right.
But I don't know, like it's just hard to imagine anybody new. Like who else could play Alice? I want Alice to remain the same.
Although she was really not that great. Like she got better. She got better. And I say this as the non-actor who in our ads is a really bad actor. But I'm like, she could just be a little okay. I don't know if I could. I couldn't see anybody else now. It's kind of too late for that. But I was like, originally I was like, oh, huh. I think I felt similar to like Nikki Reed being the fair blonde Rosalie, because I already did know Nikki Reed, and she is fairly like dark hair, dark eyes, all those things, and I was like, that doesn't track.
All the blonde
for what I saw was Rosalie
was a bit off-putting for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just have a hard time imagining anybody else playing these characters that I love. I mean, I would definitely watch a reboot if it had anybody in it, but like in the minimum, it must still have Robert Pattinson.
What if we had like a backstory? Like, you know how they like to continue the story, and then we had Renesmee?
Yeah.
And it was the basis of her life, and then we see kind of like, but they would have to pop in. Well, we would need to see cameos.
Yes, you would have to. Maybe that's the ideal reboot, is Renesmee is grown up and she goes by Esme, or she changes her name. No, but
Mimi. She just goes by Mimi, which is a very old person name. But like, come on, give me something. That's more believable.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Nessie was her nickname. Which is, again, one of those cheesy things of like, what is that? I guess she's leaning into it, but it's not. It's like a boomer making the joke.
Yeah, it's like they knew that Renesmee was so silly, they just had to pile on to that.
They had to keep up with it.
Yeah, I would love to see her grown up, and I guess Taylor Lautner has to remain the same.
Yeah.
He doesn't look any different, so he could still play himself.
I think he could do well. Though he has to age slowly, but he's supposed to look sturdier and stronger anyway. So I think it would make sense. Taylor Lautner probably would be down for this.
I agree.
Because they did him dirty. Hollywood did him dirty. So I feel like he would be down to do this. I feel like all the rest of them, outside of Anna Kendrick, Kristen Stewart, and Robert Pattinson, I think they would all be down.
Yeah, I like that.
Hey, Amazon, are you listening to us?
Yeah, are you listening?
Are you listening? Hello? Can we get on this? Because at the very least, we could have some good tales, especially now that they've introduced the world of. So we should at least go traveling and meet new vampires and bring new characters in, right?
I would love that, actually. Yeah. Or like even like a mini series or something.
Do a Korean limited series, like where you just have one season where each episode is an hour and 15 minutes long, and it's done after 16 episodes.
Yeah. That would be awesome. It would be so much more content than a movie, and it would be so watchable and fun. That would be fun. I think, like a limited series.
Yeah.
And Renesmee's older, and small cameo, Edward, and Bella, and Charlie, and Charlie's new woman. I think at the end of the movies.
He gets married to one of the Quaalude.
Yeah, I'd love to see that. I guess they can bring the mom back for once.
Yeah, Renee would probably coming back just to say hi, make sure but like that means she would have to be in on the secret.
Yeah.
So
that's
do
the
we
other
have
big thing.
that?
Yeah, it's like that has to still be like an ongoing plot is who can know about.
Well, Charlie already knows.
Right.
But
Yeah.
he doesn't want to know.
Yeah.
So we know he knows.
Yeah. I don't know.
Right?
Yeah. There has to be some big drama related to spilling the secret.
I feel like, oh yeah, absolutely. Something along the lines where like they go away and come back and then she's like, why are you still the same? Although they're not the same.
Mm-hmm.
I think our pivotal point is that Bella and Edward, who are obviously very in love with each other, they are each other's soulmates, even with their daughter. Mm-hmm. But they go away for extended periods of time to travel the world and do their own thing to have their eternal honeymoon. So we rarely see them except for through like Zoom calls.
Yes. Oh, perfect. That they would probably agree to that. Maybe that's the most we could get them to do.
Right. and then we have Volturi still watching Nessie. And so they are always on the lookout and having like little battles with different people as they continue to spy to see if she's still doing okay. And so they have to still go around and still make allies, but they make some enemies. Like, there you go. We got the plot, Christina.
Seriously, and bring back some newborn drama. Yeah, that's always fun. Yeah. That has to happen all the time. You can even throw in some new sillier plots like, I don't know, like an animal, like, or like I don't know, like something is vampiric, but it's not like non-human or something. I don't know.
Well, who was the little sidekick to Jacob who was so cute and he was just happy-go-lucky and happy to be around all the time and loved vampires and the wolf and being a wolf?
Yeah.
He's the one that lost his father with Leah, his sister. Why do I remember her name? Leah, his sister.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. I forget his name too.
You know, but we need to have him doing some adventures and like being in on this as well.
Too, for sure. Yeah.
Dude, okay. Who can you write a screenplay, Christina?
I can
who
definitely
do we
try.
talk to about licensing? I mean, we got to do this.
I know. It would do so well.
Oh, it would do so well. You know what? We went on this tangent and I had like a whole quiz and I'm gonna email this to you because I want to compare our score. No cheating, Christina.
Yes.
But we don't have time to do it because we've already extended this happy hour delightfully, which I knew we could.
I know. It flew by.
But I'm going to send this to you, and I'm going to report back to everyone your score to see who wins. I know who wins. It's going to be you. But
maybe. I don't know. I'm a little rusty.
I think just because you're younger and remember more than me.
I don't know. Sometimes I shock myself with what I don't remember.
This quiz, so it's a How Stuff Works quiz, y'all. So like, throwing it back old school, call out to our old network. But towards the end, it kind of surprised me because they gave you like trivia questions like you might not know, including about the filming or how long Bucks did this or whatever the director has. The director has done. So that might be my one
deep cuts,
lead. Yeah, because I do know a little more about Catherine Hardwicke's work because I knew her previously.
Oh, okay.
But all that to say is I'm going to send you this quiz because I need you to take it and then I'm going to report back to everyone because it's a long quiz. We're not going to have time to do this on mic. But now that we have obviously found a whole plot, all the characters that need to be in it, I'm pretty sure we can get them to all agree to come on.
A lot of most
the people
who
people would be down to audition for this. I think we got it. So we just need to find someone, either Amazon, Netflix, call us.
Yeah.
We got you, boo.
Yeah.
Max, you're not doing so well, so if you need a revamp, we got you.
Revampire. Whoa.
Christina jumping in because I don't know what I do. Puns.
I'm filling in for Anney, so I have to.
Yeah, you're doing so good. This is why I knew this would work so well. So Christina, I'm gonna need you to, as our producer, super producer.
Yes.
Get in on this.
Yeah.
Try to fill it out. See who we can sell the script to that we have now given publicly.
In the least, we'll have to do an independent movie. And, we may have to star in it. Who knows who can get in on it. But I'm sure Anney will be down.
Wait, who are we going to play?
Who are you going to play? I mean, I have to be a vampire. I have to. It was my destiny. It was my dream,
I will say, because there was not a lot of representation, one of the things that I did love about the book and the movie is that they actually use indigenous people. I am not indigenous. I know this. But they're brown people with like very little actual credit to who they are. So I would want to play Leah, even though I am not Indigenous and I would never take that role away from anyone. But maybe I could just be a badly like made werewolf in like the Asian countries. So that's that. I hold the territory around.
There
for
needs
that.
to be more werewolves around the country. Around the world. So
yeah.
I like that.
And with like a lineage, because the lineage could be there.
I can see it.
Not necessarily, but
maybe. It'll work.
Because there's Indigenous people in Asian countries as well. So, that's reaching too far. Anyway, but yes, thank you so much, Christina, for coming on.
Thank you. Yeah, I was so happy to be here and talk about it.
Listeners, if you have any memories or pictures or relics that are very much Twilight coded or any of the fandoms, we love them, please tell us about it. You can email us at stuffmediamomstuff@iheartmedia.com. You can find us on Instagram at TikTok at stuffmomnevertoldyou. Send us those pictures that way. You can just, tag us. We have a book where we don't necessarily talk about the vampires, but we do talk a lot about different characters, fictional characters who make up a great fandom or a bad fandom. And you can find those at any bookstore or any place that you can get a book, including several independent bookstores, which we love to support. Thank you to our super producer Christina, who is here and guest co-host.
Yes, thank you so much for having me and trusting me with this position. It's big shoes to fill.
To be honest, though, I love Anney, but her knowledge of Twilight is, not great yet. We're teaching. So you are the resident pro of all things Twilight. So, of course, we had to have you on for that. Thanks to our executive producer, Maya, and contributor, Joey, who was also, I think, Joey's getting into the fandom, right?
Yeah, I think Joey's into it. I think, I don't remember what they've seen. I think they've seen it all, but...
I think they've seen them all.
Yeah.
And they were actually I love that the younger generations are just continuing with this because it's amazing.
Yes.
And of course, thanks to you, our listener. Again, send us any pictures, any kind of
please, I want to see
Twilight related material, please. We need this.
Don't be embarrassed.
Oh, be proud.
Be proud.
Stuff Mom Never Told You is a production of iHeartRadio. For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.